Have you ever wondered why people do the things they do? Why some people stay calm under pressure while others panic? Why we chase approval, fall in love, copy trends, or even sabotage ourselves? The answer lies in one fascinating subject: human behavior. Every decision you make, from checking your phone first thing in the morning to trusting certain people over others, is controlled by hidden psychological processes inside your brain. And today, we're diving deep into the psychology behind human behavior. By the end of this video, you'll understand why humans think, feel, and act the way they do. And you may even start seeing yourself differently. So grab your headphones, sit back, and let's explore the human mind. Humans like to believe they are rational creatures, but psychology tells us something surprising. Most of our decisions happen automatically, without conscious thinking. Your brain is constantly trying to save energy. Instead of analyzing every situation carefully, it creates shortcuts called mental biases. For example, have you ever judged someone within seconds of meeting them? That's called the first impression effect. Your brain quickly scans facial expressions, tone of voice, clothing, and body language, then creates a story before you even realize it. And once your brain forms that opinion, it becomes difficult to change. This is known as confirmation bias, the tendency to search for information that supports what we already believe. In other words, humans don't always see reality. We see our version of reality. Another powerful force controlling human behavior is conditioning. In the early 1900s, psychologist Ivan Pavlov discovered something shocking while experimenting with dogs. Every time he fed them, he rang a bell. Eventually, the dogs started salivating just by hearing the bell, even when no food appeared. Their brains had formed an association. Humans work the same way. Social media notifications, fast food logos, favorite songs, even certain smells can trigger emotional reactions automatically. Companies understand this very well. That's why brands spend billions creating emotional connections with colors, sounds, and advertisements. They're not just selling products, they're programming behavior. But conditioning doesn't only come from advertising. Childhood experiences also shape who we become. The way parents treat a child can deeply affect confidence, trust, emotional control, and relationships later in life. A child constantly criticized may grow into an adult who fears failure. A child raised with support may become more confident and emotionally secure. Psychologists call this learned behavior, and many of the habits you have today were unconsciously learned years ago. Now let's talk about one of the strongest psychological forces in existence: the need for social acceptance. Humans are social creatures. Our ancestors survived in groups, so the brain evolved to fear rejection. That fear still exists today. It's why people follow trends, laugh at jokes they don't find funny, or stay silent when they disagree. In a famous experiment by psychologist Solomon Asch, participants were placed in a room with actors pretending to answer simple questions incorrectly. Surprisingly, many participants gave the wrong answer too, even though they knew it was wrong. Why? Because fitting in often feels safer than standing out. This is called conformity, and it happens everywhere: schools, workplaces, social media, politics, and even friendships. People are heavily influenced by the behavior of those around them. That's why emotions can spread through crowds. One angry person can create chaos. One calm leader can create peace. Human emotions are contagious, but emotions themselves are also fascinating. For centuries, scientists wondered, do we cry because we're sad, or do we feel sad because we cry? Psychologists discovered that emotions are closely connected to physical reactions inside the body. When you feel fear, your heart beats faster, your muscles tighten, your breathing changes. The brain constantly interprets signals from the body to create emotional experiences. And here's something even more interesting. Your brain cannot always distinguish between real danger and imagined danger. That's why overthinking can cause anxiety. Even when no actual threat exists, the brain reacts as if danger is real. This survival system helped ancient humans avoid predators. But in modern life, it can become overwhelming. Deadlines, relationships, social pressure, financial stress. The brain treats many of these like survival threats, and that's why stress has become one of the biggest psychological challenges today. Now here's a question. Why do humans seek success, love, and meaning? Psychologist Abraham Maslow proposed something called the hierarchy of needs. According to Maslow, humans are motivated by different levels of needs. First come survival needs like food and safety, then social connection and love, then self-esteem and achievement, and at the top is self-actualization, becoming the best version of yourself. This explains why humans constantly chase growth, purpose, and recognition. Deep down, people want to feel valuable. That desire influences careers, relationships, goals, and even social media behavior. Likes, followers, and online attention activate reward systems inside the brain. Every notification releases dopamine, a chemical connected to pleasure and motivation. In simple terms, social media can become psychologically addictive. Your brain starts craving validation, and over time, many people begin comparing their real lives to the highlight reels of others. This leads to insecurity, anxiety, and low self-esteem. Psychology teaches us something important. Human behavior is strongly influenced by environment. Change the environment, and behavior often changes too. For example, people are more likely to exercise if healthy habits are easy and convenient. They are more likely to become angry in stressful environments. They are more likely to succeed when surrounded by supportive people. Behavior is not only about personality, it's also about surroundings. And perhaps the most important lesson psychology gives us is this. Humans are not perfectly logical. We are emotional, social, biased, fearful, hopeful, and deeply influenced by experiences. But understanding psychology gives us power. When you understand behavior, you begin recognizing patterns. Why you procrastinate, why you fear rejection, why certain memories affect you, why habits are difficult to break. And once you recognize those patterns, you can start changing them. Because awareness is the first step toward transformation. The human mind is one of the most complex things in existence. It can create art, build civilizations, fall in love, start wars, invent technology, and imagine worlds that don't exist. Yet it can also be manipulated, biased, emotional, and fragile. Psychology doesn't just explain human behavior. It explains humanity itself. And maybe the biggest mystery isn't why humans behave the way they do. Maybe the biggest mystery is how much of ourselves we still don't understand. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos about psychology, human behavior, and the hidden science of the mind. And before you go, tell us in the comments, what human behavior confuses you the most? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.